Hello? Well, that's not right. Why did that do that? Stop that. Stop. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't. That's what I meant to do. So, hi. Hello. Look, I don't know if it's obvious, but I feel awful. But in the midst of that, I discovered these two YouTube channels that I cannot help but desire to share with you, and so that's exactly what I plan on doing. I will give you the entire rundown of the story for one of them. Hello, friends. Nice to see you. Anyways, what was I talking about? Right. So. Okay, first off, rude, disturbing my experience this way. Second off, hey, thanks. Okay, thanks, Zogi. Okay, so story. No more distractions. Story time. So, I tend to get very, whatever you call it, very obsessed with things every so often. There recently came a song that I discovered called Oak and Ash and Thorn, and I really like. Can I please just finish what I'm saying? Please, for like 2 seconds. I'm begging you, please. Thank you. Thanks, Philo. Okay, so, as I was saying, there's a song called Oak and Ash and Thorn that I discovered that was covered by the Longest Johns, and I really like it. It's a fun song, it's a pleasant song, and it's a folk song. They didn't write it. It's a cover, or not really a cover. It's a poem that turned into a song that then they covered the song of the it's a long story. Anyways, the point is, it's a song that they. Thanks, Philo. The point is, it's a. Oh my god. Okay. All right. As I was saying. Before, what was I saying? Right. So the song, they didn't make the song. So I'm like, where did this song come from? And it sent me on an absolute rabbit trail to discover where it came from. So I found a bunch of stuff. And so, I mean, this is the song that they made, which is, quite pleasant.
Sure as the sun come up from the south by Oak and Ash and Thorn. Sing Oak and Ash and Thorn gets us all of its summer's. Okay, you get the idea. So there was that, and it's dope. But then, I also found this very haunting version. This isn't the channel that I'm referring to. I just found this other one that I just also wanted to share. Does anybody else have this memory in their childhood of going to an old lady? Who keeps doing that? Who dares? Why are you like this? Why? For those of you that are watching this in the future, that's not me. Some random dude is just blowing a horn outside my window, and he exists somewhere in here. Anyways, as I was saying, I was right. So does anybody else have this memory of going to an old lady's house that you barely know, and it's a big house, an old house, with all these things from the bygone age that they came from, and you would then be sat down in front of an old CRT TV to watch some movie that clearly was before your time, that you look at with absolute visible confusion, but you have absolutely nothing else better to do, so you just sit there and you watch it. This version of the song reminds me of that exact memory. Does that not sound like something out of a movie that you've seen from an ancient time, far before you were born? It sparks a memory in me that I don't have of this song, but it's the same shtick. The point is also, hold on. I'm seeing, hi, there's lots of you. It's nice to see you all. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted in trying to I need to, just let me share this. I love you. Moving on. So, what was I talking about? Right. So, I'm going on this deep dive to find out the origin of oak and ash and thorn. And lo and behold, I find this guy, Malcolm, I think his last name is pronounced Geit, but it's funnier if I say Malcolm Gitt. So, I'm gonna call him Malcolm Gitt. Malcolm Gitt is this literary professor turned priest that just has this entire series of videos of this sort of role playing as you're this either student or tutor or grandchild or something walking into his study, and he shows you things, and it's just fantastic. He'll do stuff like this. He'll do stuff like this. Oh, yes, come in. Hi there. And he's doing stuff and all that. And then he'll sit there and just tell a random story about this pipe. And he has a whole entire slew of pipes. He's got all kinds of pipes. He's got a whole entire series of pipes, and each one has a different story or memberment to it. And he keeps on talking about how he had this pipe in this coat, and he tells this random story about him in his youthful days. And then he transitions into
small, brown, pointy-eared persons.
And then he transitions into this discussion about some literary piece that he has in his library with all these books that some of them are over 200, 300 years old. They're absolutely fantastic. And I couldn't help but notice in the corner over here, you got the Beethoven meme just sitting there. Just looking at you, judging. That was great. Anyways, he just goes and he chit-chats. He chit-chats with you. Hang on, I gotta make sure he just okay, yeah, sorry, I was trying to make sure that my mic wasn't exploding. Okay, so
conveyed land, and there's a rather beautiful description.
So the whole entire shtick is that he pretty much talks about the origin of the poem Oak and Ash and Thorn, which is from this book, Puck of Pook's Hill. And he just goes through the history of it, and he discusses it, and then he has this expression of the beauty of the language and whatnot, and where it comes from, and how it's relevant, and what it has to do with the location that it was relevant to, and yada yada yada. And he just keeps on doing this, and he has tons of videos like this over and over again, where he'll let's One Foot in Eden. He talks about a poem that he wrote.
I was up in Derby.
Just having a good old time, and then he has a completely different pipe that he talks about, and he discusses that pipe. Then he talks about his tobacco and all that. And he's got all these fancy little things. He's even got one talking about his whatever you call it. He's got a pipe dedicated to Tolkien. He's got a Tolkien pipe, he's got a Sherlock pipe, he's got all these different types of pipes, and he's got he's a literary scholar. He's a English professor, and he like does all of this history on like older literature and whatnot, and he just presents it in such a pleasant and enjoyable way, where you just feel like you're walking into this old family friend or old grandparents' kook's house, where you just listen to him talk, because like, why not? Because once upon a time there was this thing called the internet that didn't exist, and the way that people entertained themselves was with, most of the time, other people. So people like this were an absolute just gem on the surface of the earth. And I'm kind of getting to that point in my life where I get really sick and tired of internet entertainment as a genre for a lot of the time. Of course, not all the time. I'll be the first to admit that I, spend hours inhaling copium through memes, but, I want something different, something fresh. And this guy, he just, he's this tiny little YouTube channel, 6,000 for 6.45 thousand subscribers. So tiny little boy on the internet scale as far as anything is concerned. And yet he expresses these videos with such oomph and such zealot, as if he does not remotely care who's watching, and he just does it for himself. There are so few YouTube channels that are able to do stuff like that these days. Here's one where he's playing a guitar. You hear him outside the window. And eventually, sooner or later, he's gonna knock on.
Hi,
He's just having so much fun. Don't you want to have this much fun? He's just chilling out in his library, Beethoven over there in the corner, judging him away.
Anyway, while you're here, I'll play.
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
And it's just exactly what it says on the tin. It's
And he starts making a song, because why not?
the world has changed around us, like the shifting of a dream.
Anyways, it's not to say that, his stuff is polished. It's not to say that his stuff is super fancy, but it's the stuff that is in this guy's brain. He's writing 2 books that he still hasn't finished and has been writing for a very, very long time. And I just look at him, and I like him. I like him a lot. And when I'm sitting there on my bed feeling like absolute garbage, as I do most of the time, just listening to him whim away about random literary folklore and historical literary context. He even has one where he's got an entire series of different very, very fancy Bibles that is in here somewhere. I don't remember which one it is, but he's got an entire legion of not just your standard Bibles that you get from Barnes and Noble or whatnot, but these Bibles that are 300 or 400 years old, and some of them have such a depth and value to them as to who's held them and who's passed them on and all that sort of stuff. It's so cool. So cool. The second channel that I want to show you is this one, which is it's not that far of a jump, but in context, it's a very far jump. This channel is called Hamish and Kylo. I have no idea how I found this channel. It showed up in my recommendeds at some point, and I clicked on it because I don't even know why. And it's literally just this guy that lives on a farm that has these 2 trophy shoot, I forgot what they're called, Highlanders. He's got these 2 trophy Highlander cows that are just cows. I mean, it's not much to say, but the majority of his videos consists of him finding them wherever they are on his property and just brushing them and chit-chatting to the camera. That's it. That's literally it. And then there's the occasional time where he'll do kind of silly, ridiculous things, just hop on top of them, and just start brushing them, because why not? Sound of the birds in the distance, yada yada. And he'll just say whatever is on his mind at the time. And sometimes he doesn't even say anything at all. Sometimes he literally just sits there and he brushes his cows. That's all he does. See, like this one, no chit chat. He's just chilling out with his buddy. This one's Hamish. The blonde one is called Hamish. But then he's got this black one named Kylo, which is an absolute nutcase apparently. And he's got like an entire series of silliness.
You're the one that stuck your head under the fence.
In which the cow just does nonsense like this.
There you go. Kylo, don't do it. Don't do it, Kylo. Kylo, leave that camera alone.
That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. It's just like, cow, what are you doing? And don't do it. He just, over and over again, like in so many videos, he's just like, don't do it, Kylo. Don't do it.
God, leave that camera alone. Don't, Kylo.
The cow just can't help it.
You don't need to poke at it. Dang, boy, what is wrong with you? Don't do it, Kylo.
There's the cow just having a great time, being ridiculous. Okay, and there was one that I should have found previous.
Don't do it. I swear, boy.
No.
What is wrong with you?
His cows are just ridiculous. So there's one that he has where like he loses his cows so he lets the cows out and they get lost and he has to go and find them again and they make the strangest noise. Let's see if I can just get the yes, that Kylo, no. Hamish and Kylo gets so lost. Is this it? Maybe. Nope, that's not it. Okay, let's just do this one. This will prove the point.
He is my almost 6-year-old Scottish Highland. The Highland cattle originally had basically 2 different forms.
He just talks about the cows. Just talks about the cows.
The Kylo came from the outer Isles. And they were predominantly black in color. A little bit smaller animal.
I love this.
Longer coat.
Here's what you don't understand. Here's the context that I need to give you. Okay, just imagine for a second that your body is starting to feel funny, and then you start feeling a little nauseous. You think nothing of it, but it keeps persisting and getting just a little bit worse every hour. And then your skin starts to tingle, and then everything starts to feel like it's burning. And then you just can't help. The only thing that you can think of is just starting to sweat. So you jump in your bed, you put on as many covers as you can, and you just try and sweat the problem away because that's the only thing that feels natural. Meanwhile, the entire time this is happening, your head is throbbing. Little pulsations and bumps just keep on whacking your head as your veins flicker in and out. And your cranium literally starts twitching. The entirety of your back starts to ache. And your neck is in so much pain that you can't figure out why. You feel like you need to itch and scratch and move in ways that isn't seemingly possible. And yet, as soon as you wiggle, it goes away. But then the entirety of the rest of the pain that you were trying to subside by not moving immediately comes back. And then you get to watch just Hamish and Kylo chill out as Farmer What's-His-Face just chit-chats about random nonsense. That makes these channels absolutely fantastic, and I love them. Hang on, you don't understand. I need to find this, cause like, when he loses the cows, we're gonna find this together, where he loses the cows, and then when he tries to find them again, the black one, Kylo, lets out the strangest noises, just because he's throwing a hissy fit. unfortunately, he's got quite a few of these videos, but he's also, like context also. This guy's got a few more subscribers. He's got 62,000 subscribers, and he's just been doing this for goodness knows how long. Just chit-chatting about his cows. Because he feels like it. It's hysterical. Hang on. Surely I can find it. Surely I can. Surely. Here, listen to this. This is the finding music. We're gonna search now. Just you and me. Searching for the funny sounds that Kylo makes. Can you see it? Surely not. Is this it? Oh, is this it? I think I found it. Yes, this is the one.
Well, I screwed up yesterday.
He screwed up.
Let the guys into the pasture next door,
Yes, he did.
knowing there was a good chance they wouldn't be back for
That's
a couple
right.
of days because I hadn't let them back there in a while.
Exactly.
Well, now it's been raining for a day and a half.
That's right.
It's cold as hell out here.
Sure is.
Uh,
I probably should also preface that I basically grew up in the mountains, and now being forced to sit in a basement and just look out at the wilderness as some sort of ethereal concept that I'm no longer able to touch is absolutely miserable to me sometimes. I miss being as cold and miserable in the rain as he is right now. I want to be in those trees. I want to be in that pasture, and I want to be the one finding those cows. So he finds the cows, and then he corrals them back. Moo. 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 Moo.
come on, I don't see anything.
Moo.
What do you see?
Moo.
Buddy, I don't see a single thing out there. There's nothing in them woods. I know you think you saw something. But there ain't nothing out there right now.
The unintentional wild card says basements are a cow's natural habitat. Yes. Go, my child. Be free. Go back to your pastures. Why are you just sitting there?
Come on, let's get. Come on. I didn't
listen
say
to
you
it.
were fibbing.
Listen to
Maybe
the...
you thought you saw something.
I was about to call it a dog, but like listen to the dog just throw a hissy fit.
I don't know what it could have been. Come on.
Hang on. There's one particular sound that I'm looking for that I think I missed. That's the one. Listen to that. In case you aren't aware, most sounds of mythical beasts in film are actually derived from morphing the sound of a cow. Because cows, you think they just moo, when in reality, most of the time they make nonsense noises like this. It goes woo. Listen to that. It's a good thing. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so that's literally it. I didn't have anything else. I just wanted to show off those two channels, and quite frankly, I don't feel great right now. So I'm going to go back into the abyss from whence I came. Thanks. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna